You guys see the video? Well, I shared one video yesterday, I think it was, of Angela Nosso. You know, a few days after she had her baby, I saw her wearing the mask, right? And to me, I was like, something must be going on with her lips. That's what I was thinking. Because all of a sudden, out of the blue, she started wearing the mask. I was like, well, maybe she had an allergic reaction to something. And maybe that's why she's wearing the mask now to, you know, cover her her face, her mouth, because maybe it was a reaction on her mouth. When I first saw her, right, because I told you a lot of times at night, when I'm just relaxing every so often, every couple of days, I would just go over there to her page, scroll through, see if there's anything interesting that happened or went on that day. So when I first saw the mask, I was like, when she was kind of hiding in a room and then she came out, she said she had a reaction or something. But anyhow, I could tell that she felt kind of uncomfortable even having to come with a mask. And then when I was looking at the comments, people like they think that, oh, because she got a new baby, all of a sudden now she want to wear a mask, like nothing ain't gonna happen to the child, not knowing that she was already dealing with something there. Palsy, I think is what she called it when I saw it. And I was like, what the hell? I never even heard about that, first of all, right? So I had to go and do my own research to look it up, to read more about it and what it is. And I was like, wow, so women go through so many things in childbirth, even afterwards now, right? Because look, this is something that just came upon her after she gave birth. Only a few days after, and all of a sudden now this came upon her. And when she finally took off the mask the other day to talk more about it and stuff, I was really shocked, you know what I mean, when I saw it and everything, and then realized what she has been going through. And I said, oh my God. Yes, right, Hazel. Hazel said, Angela said, it's a condition called Bell palsy. It's temporary and feeling will be restored to her face and lip. Yes, yes. And you can see the way how it did her face as well. How it kind of like has it, like her mouth twisted a little bit. I look at some pictures online, guys. There's men that have that too. And some of them, their faces are even worse, meaning the way how it is like, the way how it have their face like twisted kind of. And I was like, oh my God. Women go through a lot in childbirth, after childbirth. I mean, you've all been there. If you've been pregnant and you had any problems at all during your pregnancy. Peggy said, my father used to grow animals too and farm while he was a carpenter. The man was busy. Rest in peace, Papa. Your dad sound like mine, Peggy. You sure that me and got the same dad? Because my dad was a carpenter. He also built many buildings and houses. He was a foreman, right? And wow, and he raised a lot of animals too. So that's why, see, you sure that me and your father are the same. My dad always should be building something, darling. Something around the house, because it was so much land that my grandma gifted to all her children. Everybody had their own plot. Some had some, there were huge plots, right? So that sounds like my dad, yeah. But yes, you know, and I thought about it and I said childbirth is not easy. It's not. You know, people say, yeah, you know, I want to have a baby, but look at all the people that went through. Some people didn't even make it, right? They lost their lives. I even saw a woman on the internet, I think it was Friday, and she was holding her baby that was already gone. And the reason why the baby is gone, because they refused to treat the woman. They refused to get the woman treatment because obviously she had no insurance. I didn't even read to see which country it was. She had no insurance, so they refused to treat the woman. Now the woman baby come, the baby is already gone. It's already gone, just because they refused to treat her. I don't know if it was the delivery that they refused to do or whatever, but the woman's baby is dead just because of that. And I said, how cruel can people be? That's crazy. But women go through a lot. Peggy said, Bell palsy, I'm glad she's doing better. Her viewers are really good to her, giving her ideas. Exactly. Now that she has came out and talked about it and told people what she's been going through. Yes, you are right. A lot of people start giving her a lot of ideas, and That's why it's good sometimes when you're going through things like that to mention it. Maybe she was thinking that if she wear this mask for a few days or a week, that it would go away, right? Not knowing that it will go away in the timing that God has for you, not just because you want it to. Because possibility is, if it was one of those things that came and it went away in a week, also, nobody would have never known unless she decided to talk about it after the fact, which I'm sure she would have, because she would have wanted to share it with other people. Telka, Marge, I see you in there. Peggy said he used to travel internationally. Simply Sweet Peach, you never know. That's what I'm saying. You never know, darling. You never know, right? Because everything that you described there was just like my dad too. So that's why you say, sure, me, you got the same dad. Love and lights on this video, my people. Love and lights. But yes, guys, I remember, well, with my daughter, when I was pregnant with my daughter, what I had, I didn't know. But when I went to give birth is when I found out. Blood pressure, right? Blood pressure. Never had problems in my life with high blood pressure. But when I went to give birth is when I found out that my pressure is through the roof. And it can't allow me to deliver because I might have a seizure. And I'm like, what the hell? High blood pressure? That's the first time that thing ever dawned on me. Don't you know that through my pregnancy, and I used to go for my appointments, I had no problem with blood pressure at all. They took my pressure, they did everything. I didn't have no problems. Because if I did, they would have told me and they would have warned me about it. But I felt like coming on in the late stages of my pregnancy, I started drinking a lot of malts. Malts. That was what I was craving the most. I don't know why. Call it a Bayesian thing, but I was drinking too many malts. And when I was at the hospital the night, when my water broke and everything, and they test and they do all these things and they realize the pressure is so high, the doctor started questioning me. They wanted to know if I was on medication for high blood pressure. Because obviously now they're worried, and I'm like, no, I never had blood pressure in my life. And they said, well, your blood pressure is really high, extreme high. It's so high that you cannot deliver. We can't let you deliver yet. We're going to have to give you epidural or something to help with your pain, but you cannot deliver yet. Guys, I got to that airport at about, you hear me say airport, the hospital, about 8:30 or 8:45 that night. I will never forget. It was a Saturday night. And I was in the hospital. Those people are monitoring me all the way down till 11 o'clock. I'm still there, still in pain, because my water broke. As I was at home, I started feeling pain. And I said, oh my God, the amount of pain that I was feeling, I knew that this was probably labor coming, even though my water didn't break. So when I was going to walk into the hospital, when I was going up the stairs, that's when my water broke, when I felt the thing. So my water done broke a long time ago. 12 o'clock come that night. I'm still in the hospital. They're still contemplating. My ex is asking them what's going on. Is this safe since the water already broke? They say, but we're monitoring the baby, so the baby's heart rate is still good. Then they're trying to decide what they're going to do, because they're trying their best to get my pressure to come down and telling me, try to be calm, try to this and that. And I said, but I'm not even like, I was scared, because when I heard about this blood pressure and how high it is and how I can catch a seizure, all these things started going through my mind. So now I'm already panicking a little bit. Do you guys know what time I deliver? The next morning at 8:24, when they finally decided that they can't keep me any longer because it's not even safe for the baby, whatever. They made a decision. But all during the night, they was monitoring me, and they said, no, we can't put this woman, we can't do this, we can't let her deliver. What if she catches seizure in the delivery room? All these kind of things they were afraid of. So they were sharing that with my ex because he was concerned. So yes, guys, 8:24 the next morning. So you can imagine how tired I was. I couldn't even sleep overnight, because even though they gave me this stupid epidural thing in my back to calm the pain, because they figured all these hours I'm going to be there, they don't want me in pain. That was the worst thing I ever did in my life, because I did not know that that thing was going to make me numb, meaning that by the time they took me to the delivery room, guess what? I was so numb from that epidural that they put in my back, and so tired I couldn't even push. They were telling me to push, push, and I'm like, but I am, but I am. But because I'm so numb, I can't even feel what I'm doing. Guys, they had no choice but to use something called forceps, I think is what they call it, right? Because I told you guys, when my daughter was born, she was 8+ pounds. And she was long to 21 or 22, something like that. They had to end up using forceps to grip the baby's head to help pull the baby out. But I told you guys, I was very numb. All kind of things were going on with me. And I was so tired that I just couldn't do it. And let me tell you, I could have sued down that hospital truly. Because when they used that right at the corner of my daughter's eye on one side, the doctor must have got my damn child eye. Because the forceps thing was so sharp that it left a scrape. Imagine I got a newborn baby and the scrape is from the corner of her eye to here. Because when they grab the thing, like it went by her eye. And I was like, oh my God. But I was glad that I was alive and that my daughter was alive. People were saying, oh, you should sue them. You should. I say, you know what? She will grow out of it because she's a baby anyways. And when I took her to the pediatrician, everything after, they told me, don't worry. The baby will grow out of it. I was just happy to be alive, right? So why am I going to go and sue somebody? Mara said, I had pregnancy-induced hypertension. Yeah, I believe you, darling. Trust me. Marge said 2 C-sections. That was one of the things that my ex was asking them as well. If they can't just give me a C-section, and the doctor is saying no. Because even if we take her to C-section with this blood pressure so skyrocket like this, her body could still react, and we don't know if she could make it. So they were taking very good precautions. I was greatly appreciated for that as well. Monica Johnson said, so much memories, I'm telling you. And you know the funny part about it, that when I was pregnant with my first son, which was my second child, you know I had no problems with blood pressure. I had no problem with blood pressure. I only tell you guys the one problem that I had that caused me to have him early is because I had food poisoning from cake that I ate, and he came earlier than he was supposed to. And that was another scare, right? Because you're trying to figure out, oh my God, is the lungs developed? Is this, is that? But with Mar, yeah, they had me on the blood pressure, saying that I was going to have, if they don't get my pressure under control, this was before I delivered, I was going to have preeclampsia or something like that. And they explained to me what that is, and they start telling me I need to eat stuff that don't got no salt at all. So yeah, that pressure came back as well. And I didn't drink no malts, because the night when I was having my daughter, the doctor said, but if in your journey you didn't have blood pressure, what were you eating in the last few weeks or last 2 months? I said, me think about it. I was eating regular food like I was eating before, but I started drinking a lot of malts because I was craving for malts. Okay, there you go. It's the malts that caused you to got this right now. And I was shocked. So I stayed away from the malts the next pregnancies I had. Mara said, try to send me home after being 3 days. I said, no, get that baby out today. What? Wait. They tried to send you back home with the baby. Mara said, try to send me home after being 3 days. Oh, Jesus. I said, no, get that baby out today. I don't blame you either, right? Exactly. I don't blame you, darling. Yes, exhausting indeed. My people, I tell you, I know all of us probably got some story or the other that we went through, whether it was in the journey, the process, or even after the fact. Look at those people that they go blind after they deliver. Look at those ones. They got some that don't even make it, right? Something happens and they're gone. So childbirth, pregnancy is a very scary process. Not for everybody. I'm going to say that today, right? Because some people go through it with no problems, no issues, like nothing. Some things only comes at the end of the pregnancy, right? Sometimes it comes along the way. So very, very strong women we have among us all. Linda Muhammad said, good morning, sweet peach. I had Bell palsy. My left eye started to droop. Wow. But it is much better Some people say it almost like having a light stroke. Yes, that's exactly what it sounded like to me. And when I read about it with other people that had it as well, exactly. Wow, wow, wow. My God. And that was the first time that I'm hearing about that, meaning that when I heard Angela talking about that, I was like, what the heck is this? So I went and I looked it up. And when I started reading about it, I was like, wow. Yeah, so to me, it sounded like having a stroke, like a little bit of paralyzed, like, you know what I mean? Thank you so much, Janice Joseph. You do the same as well. Yes, I did. Yes, we did. My gosh, my gosh. So Grace is saying, sorry guys, these comments here are not working, so that's why I'm looking at the other phone. Grace said women are going through hard life. Yes, bring a child in this world. Women are putting their life in a very, very big risk. Yes, they are. And imagine those women that are putting their life in a big risk, and those ones that they get pregnant, and then somewhere along the line, the men leave them. The men walk out. The men are not there for them. You know what I mean? Some men just don't understand. They don't get it. These women are putting their life at risk to have these babies. And what about the ones that deliver? And then these men come in like Russian roulettes, thinking that they can just come and take away that child from that woman, or fight that woman for custody of that child. And don't get me wrong. There are some women that, yes, maybe if the judge see it fit that the children should not be with that person, it's for certain reasons. Maybe it's the lifestyle that that person is living. Maybe they're a drug addict. Maybe they're into alcohol too much. They need to be in a rehab. Yes, we know there's many different cases like that. But what about the ones that are okay and the men think that they should take the children from them? After that woman went through all that stuff, she went through for 9 months? Hell no. Margaret Wood, I see you in there. Welcome everyone is joining in. Telcla, I see you. Donna is saying, my cousin gave birth to her second child 35 years ago. 3 days after she had her baby, she died from deep vein, oh Jesus, thrombosis? What? Blood clot that traveled to her lungs, devastating. Oh my God. What? Yeah, okay. Her second child 35 years ago, 3 days after she had her baby. 3 days? Oh my God. May she continue to rest in peace. That's what I'm talking about. Can you imagine a person, a woman going through all of that for 9 months? That baby come, she see her child, she all excited, happy that it's finally here. Maybe that's their first. And then a few days after, that woman is gone. Or sometimes the same day. You know what I mean? Such a sad, sad thing. My God. Really? Okay, Margaret, what is a bank holiday? Last week was a bank holiday too. What's going on? It's a beach day. Enjoy that day. For sure. I love those bank holidays, darling. Wow. Oh my goodness. Donna, that's really a sad story. Especially for somebody that you know what I mean, that was part of the family. My God. But Grace and men are making their fun in 5 minutes. And some don't even last 5 minutes, right? Some go 3 minutes. 2-minute man. But she said, and the woman has worked till end of her life. Facts. You just said it right there, Grace. You are right about that. She have it for the end of her life. You are so right. They make the fun, enjoy themselves. They may get pregnant. They got to go through 9 months of that labor if they go for the 9 months. Because, some are shorter than that. But facts on that. Love and likes on the video. Peggy Senior said Justin Bieber struggles with Bell palsy too also. Really? Wow. Oh, wow. I have not heard about that one. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, there's a lot of things that people out there struggling with, and when we got little back pain and stuff, we complaining. Think about some of them other people. Somebody sent me a video yesterday on WhatsApp. Well, I know who it is, but when she sent the video to me, she said, and she's complaining about her little back pain. She shouldn't be complaining about back pain. The video she sent to me is a woman that's walking. She's not walking, standing up. The woman is on her hands and got her back crouched, and it's crawling like that with her whole back bent over like this. And I said to myself, oh my God. But she can't stand up straight, guys. Let me just mute this thing. She can't stand up straight. I'm not going to be able to mute it. She can't stand up straight. And I said, wow, what a way to live. Imagine you walking like, you crawling like that and your back is crouched. I'm like, oh my God, Jesus. How does that woman cook? She probably has to cook on one of those little firewood things, or maybe somebody else is cooking for her. But that's when people are living with a lot of stuff that we are not aware of. And for us that are okay and normal, we're very fortunate. Thank God for that. Margaret would say, I have never about that sickness before. Maybe me, I have heard. Pregnancy is a life or death situation. And you are right about that. For sure, darling. Yes, for sure. I'm telling you. Mildred said, my queens, beautiful Peaches family, good morning. I'm on this side listening. Thank you for listening. Yes, Deborah Nelson. Deborah Nelson said, women go through so much. Yes, they do, darling. Yes, they do. And when you sit down and you start saying, yeah, this pregnancy was great. Yeah, but until the end, then this happened. And this came about. And all this communication start going on. And then these things start happening after the fact. And what are you going to do? You can't do nothing. You got your beautiful baby there. You're happy. Your husband is happy. If you have a very supportive husband that loves you, like Angela Nosso, that's willing to put tape on her face and willing to do anything. You know what I mean? So she has a really great husband. Welcome, Sonia Ping. Okay, Margaret Wood. That's awesome, darling. When you have a supportive husband there by your side, then yes. What about some of those women that are not fortunate to have no support at all? There ain't no husband there because maybe that one gone and run about his business with another woman. Or maybe he's not in the picture because maybe he passed away. Things happen. Or maybe he's in the picture but he's away, right? Maybe he's in the military and she probably know next time she's going to see him. But she still got to go through it all by herself with the support of any family that might be around. A lot of things women go through. My God, my God. Elaine said, that's why on Mother's Day, the shops are sold out. Unlike Father's Days. I'm telling you, you are right about that, Elaine. That's a true fact. I agree with that 1000%. Mothers. And then fathers are like, why they don't celebrate us like they do celebrate the mothers? Because y'all don't understand. Y'all don't know what the mothers be going through with these childbirth and then even after childbirth, taking care of the kids and doing it all. When the men go to work, the women at home with a headache. The men sleeping at night because they got to go work the next day. That woman up during the night because the child is sleeping. Maybe the baby's colicky, whatever going on with that baby, the mother is there soothing that baby. Aye, man. That's a good one. Peggy said, I think that lady is in Jamaica, back pain. She says, right. Maybe, yeah, maybe she is, Peggy. Because it looked like someplace either in the islands or somewhere like that. So maybe you saw it too. That was the first time I saw it when the person sent it to me yesterday. And I think yesterday or the day before. That was my first. True. Margaret Wood said, today life is a struggle for a lot of people. I'm telling you, Carolyn Cox, I see you in there. You are right about that. And for a lot of people, I'm going to say mostly women, to be honest. Nothing against men. One moment. Nothing against men at all, but it is a struggle. Life is a struggle in the whole for a lot of people, darling. Even some men are going through different things of their own as well. Because people think that, oh, all men are tough and strong and this and that. Not all of them. Not all of them. They still got human feelings and everything like other people, even though they want to play tough all the time. But no, not all are like that. Peggy is saying, Marge, I have to do a check on Peggy to see if it's happened to If it's happening to him, Jesus, what? The same bell path. The Lord, baby. I need to blow my nose, guys. Peggy, what you want to know what's happening to Pinky? If it's still happening to him, if it's still happening, meaning what? If what is still happening to Peggy, Pinky, Peggy, Jesus, so many different names. Margaret Williams, I see you. Oh God, mothers are special, indeed, indeed. You are right about that, indeed, very special. And we give God the glory for us being here, for everyone that's here. And even if your mama is in heaven or no longer here, then we still celebrate them no matter what, right? Because a mom is always to be remembered. Peggy says celebration. Mother, shout out. You are special, you are special, you are special. Indeed, indeed. Nobody can replace your mama. I'm telling you, moms are special. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is that when we were growing up, when I was growing up, I never really heard my mom talk much about her experiences of when she had this baby or that baby or this one. But I am glad that the memories that I have, that I can share them with my children. You know what I mean? Because I did. And I know that times are different. When we were in the islands, things were different. But I never heard my mom talk about any experiences along the line of pregnancy. Oh, check on Beaver. Okay, you know you gotta elaborate when you put that name over here. But Peggy said not check on Beaver. I will check that out because I haven't seen nothing about him too much, to be honest. Even the other day I saw an article on Beyonce's mom as well, that her mom spoke up about even having breast cancer, but it was at stage 1 when they found out, and I think that was last year or something like that. So, you know, I see people go through things. Some people don't bring out what is going on with them or talk about it, share it with the public, but plenty of people are going through different things. What's it saying? Peggy Senior, someone should report him to his professional board, but he is offering. Oh, okay, you talking about the other one. You're talking about the other one that Peggy's not talking about. Peggy cleared herself up, Elise. Peggy's not talking about Pinky. No, not the dildo. No, she's not talking about the dildo buddy. She's talking about Justin Bieber, the singer. Oh God, Priscilla Gardner, thank you so much. Greetings. Thank you for 300 stars. Appreciate it. There is no love like a mother's love. That's a fact. Indeed, indeed. I totally agree with that. I totally agree. Yes. And that's why mothers are worth to be cherished, because guess what? Dads walk out all the time and leave the children and their wife or girlfriend behind. And guess what? That mother still got to be there, still got to take care of them children, got to make sure that those children eat, they get to school, they are well taken care of. Mothers do so much, so much for their children with no regrets. So yes, women are to be celebrated. Men, if you're hearing this and you're saying men are to be celebrated too, people celebrate men too. At least they gave you all a day, right? Father's Day. As for me, when I look back on my childhood, I celebrate my mom more than my dad. Why? Because honestly, my dad was really like a more reserved person. He was quiet, reserved, but don't mash his corn, right? That's what I got from him. If you step on his corn, you got problems. But quiet, reserved, not getting nothing with nobody, nobody's business. He can keep anything to himself. He ain't got to tell nobody. That's how my dad was. He was not a talkative type person. But I think for me personally, for my mom was more there as a mother is supposed to be, right? Because when we go to our dads and we say, Dad, my shoes busted out, I need a new pair of shoes. And my dad would say, I need a new pair too. Then I just get your shoes, just just the other day or something like that, my mom would be the one to say, but how you can tell the children that you need a new pair of shoes to look at these shoes, you know? So moms did so much more, you know what I mean? But that's a mother. So I feel like I feel like I bonded and cherished my mom more than I did my dad. But even when my dad came to stay with me, and he was living with me for 6 months, because I told you guys he built houses in Tampa, many houses. That's why he came, spent 6 months, went back, came back again, spent another 6 months. It still was not like when my mom came, you know, because yes, we talk and everything, but still not the same type of bond like I had with my mom. But all times were good times. Peggy said, Eliz, I heard that one is advertising some sort of therapy, which I heard that he shouldn't have done. I don't watch him, so I can't say how about that, Jim. But y'all already know that man has been advertising all kind of things for years. That man has even been advertising things that he want to do to his own child, right? Come on. Has that happened? That one will never end. There's a attention seeker right there, unfortunately. So he ain't gonna ever change. I saw him, somebody sent me a picture. Somebody screenshot him with some crap by his neck. I don't know what the hell it was, but somebody sent it to me like, what the hell is this man got on his neck? That man is too much here. That's all I can tell you. He ain't even worth wasting time anymore to be talked about, because he gonna learn the hard way, right? If he's offering anything to anybody that he get malpractice for them, go ahead. Silly man. He will never change. Let him stay there. Then he said one time that he can give birth to. I would like to see that one. I would like to see that one. Let him give birth. Let me see how that will work out, right? So anybody that sit down and listen to him or agree with anything that he's talking about, they need a head examined. They better go on the internet and research for themselves and make sure they're getting the right information, because that person is a jack of all trades and he masters none. Please. But it's not about him. Mother's Day is coming up soon. Lord have mercy. Thursday is May 1st already. So before you know it, Mother's Day is going to be right around the corner. And thanks to God, this year I get to celebrate my birthday on Mother's Day as well. So God is good. God is good, my people. You know, and to me personally, for a lot of people out there, children especially, that they're growing now and they figure, well, they don't need their mother. Some of them don't even talk to their mother. They don't get along good. I ask myself, they forget who birthed them. They forget the ones that brought them into this world. Now, they don't even bother to be looking back at their mother. Like I said, they're not even talking good, okay? And I hear it a lot in my work and stuff. And people call and they say, oh, is such and such a person still your emergency contact? Oh, no, take that one off. That's my daughter. We don't talk to her, and we don't talk. Take her off. You know, so it's like, it's all over the world. Put it that way. It's not no one or two people that birth children, and then the children don't speak to them. They don't talk. They don't have good relationships. Sometimes them same children have children, and the grandmother don't even get to see the children because they ain't got a relationship with those kids. And you ask yourself, what are they thinking? When they go to the hospital and their wife or girlfriend delivering a baby, don't they think about their mother and that their mother went through this for them? And this is how they're dealing with their mothers. It's so sad. Margaret would say, what the foolish man is doing is not approved by the medical board. Why am I not surprised? And he will come on the internet to talk to people about that, to tell people about what he's doing. And the people that listening to him and asking him how to go and do it too, they should be ashamed of themselves. Because the internet is right there for anybody to go and read up about these things that are going on. You know what I mean? Just like people who are pregnant and different things happen to them. Go read for yourself. Learn for yourself is what I call it. Christiana said, wouldn't surprise if Pinky dressed as Mother of the Year too. I won't be surprised when we put that past him neither. Didn't you ever say that he did that last time? Last Mother's Day? Didn't you ever say something like that? That he did something on Mother's Day. I can't remember what she said that he did. But I won't be surprised either. He's one of the people that would want to celebrate that day. Especially if his children. Especially if his children are with him that week. He's one of them people that would do some nonsense like that. That man is not right in his head. I'm sorry. Here's a said ozone therapy by Peggy. Lord have mercy. But did that thing that was in his neck, Hazel, was that the same thing that he was doing? How could he want to do something that's not approved by the medical board? Like, I don't get that. And I don't want to get it either, okay? Because that man is loco for the cocoa. That man is loco as heck here. The things that he does is not normal. And I asked myself the other day when I saw him, when I told you guys that he popped up on one of my other pages and I just thought to watch it because the girls were there. They were at the pool doing something. And I said to myself, look at this person. He's still trying his best to impress the people, the audience. He's still trying to impress them. Because what was he doing? He was over there blowing out some, we call them things, the tubes, those pool tubes where they got for the kids. He was blowing it out. And I was saying to myself, is this person right in the head? He not right in his head. You come on camera. At least make yourself look like a fool before you come on. You come on camera, you over there. It took him about 15 minutes because I purposely looked at it. Yes, I did. I pushed it along somewhere. 15 minutes, that man was still blowing out that tube. Margaret Wood said, family is everything in life because when things happen, friends disappear, and only persons is family. That's a fact, for real, for true, for true. I like a Bajan, for true. You are right, Margaret Wood. Exactly, family is everything in life. Yep, even those ones that don't talk with you, I got them with their business. Hey, but you are right. Friends, yeah, you are right. There's some people that you think that you could tell things to, you can't. You hear me? Grace said, my auntie lost her life after birth of 3 kids. Oh my gosh. Sorry to hear that, Grace. My goodness. Wow. Rest in peace, Grace auntie. Wow, wow, wow. Yes. Ha ha ha. She said, mother, father. Yes. He said he could be a mom, dad, right? And he said that in 2022, he could be a mom, dad. He told the audience he could be a mom, dad. He can show them that he can do it all. He could even give birth. We ain't seen the birth from him yet. We saw the big belly, but nothing in produced from that yet. So I don't know when that's coming. That's like somebody that's pregnant for a couple of years. We're still waiting for the delivery. Yes, Margaret, what exactly was blowing up floaties. Yes, it was a floaty, indeed. And I said, wow, what a fool. You want to tell me that they ain't got a gas station that you could have just drive down if you ain't got no pump. You could have drove and put air in that damn thing instead of coming on the internet. Or stay in your house and blow that first before you get onto the pool looking like a fool. So yes, when I saw it, I just shook my head like, wow. Ah, Jesus. Here's a said that could be something taped to his neck for attention. You right too. Because when I saw the picture and the person sent it to me, I'm like, what the hell is meant? Ah, Jesus. Priscilla said family is all that matters. And you are right. Yes, everybody in this life matters. But your family is most important. Definitely. So Nata, I see you in there. Grace said, here where I am living, there was a professor, Dr. Dentist. She got twins, and after birth of twins, she lost her life. Oh my God. Wow, wow, wow. Sorry to hear that. Jesus, man. I don't like to hear nobody lose their life after giving birth. That's so sad. Peggy said, mothers, when it all said and done, at the end of the day, take damn good care of yourself. Period. Pamper, pamper, and pamper more. Exactly. My motto is to take time with me and myself. Facts. Go get your hair, your face, your feet done, and go for a meal organized by yourself. I don't wait for daddy to do for me. Amen to that, Peggy. I love that. And you are exactly correct, darling. Pamper yourself. Do you. Period. You said it, darling. And that's what all mothers should do. Don't wait for nobody to come and say, Mom. Because guess what? When you got sons, right? And even daughters as well. What's going to happen on Mother's Day? Yes, they're going to tell you Happy Mother's Day. They might bring you something or they might not. If they're living abroad, they might ship something to you. But that daughter's husband or boyfriend going to take her out if they got kids. The son that got his wife or his girlfriend that they got kids, he going to take her out too because guess what? That's his child's mother as well. So yes, pamper yourself. Do for yourself. I ain't blame you. I don't blame nobody for doing for themselves. Trust me. Don't sit back and wait for others to do for you. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Do you. Period. Because if you wait for others to do, you'll be waiting in vain. So do you. Yes, yes, yes. And I was thinking, honestly, since my birthday was going to fall on Mother's Day, I was even trying to think what I should do. Because, let me see, that would be the 11th. And then Mark's birthday is going to be on the 16th. So Mark's birthday is 5 days after mine. And I was trying to think about something that I could do. But, you know, Lahoma, I haven't seen you in a while. Lahoma said, good bless morning, my loving family. I have missed you all so much. I am so happy I'm catching this live this morning. I love you all. Love you too, darling. Thank you for the 20 stars. I hope you're feeling all good. I haven't seen you in a while. Yes. Jenny Tony, hi. Happy New Week with much love. Thank you. It's good to see you, all names in there. Good to see you all. So if you have plans that you want to do for yourself on Mother's Day, do it. Do it. Only child I have here with me is Mark, right? So my other two are still in Florida, and all they're going to get from them is probably a Happy Mother's Day. That's it. They ain't got no kids yet, but I'm sure that they're probably going to be working and doing their own thing, and that's quite okay. So Mark is already saying as soon as he turns 16 on May 16th, he is applying for jobs. So kudos to him ahead of time. I'm going to tell you. Lahoma, thank you so much for 200 stars. Appreciate you. Kudos to him ahead of time. At least he's wanting to look for a job. So I asked Mark a question about that job hunting thing, right? And he said his response was, I'm not going to say what I asked him. His response was, Mom, it wouldn't make a difference because it's not like I got no bills to pay. I look at him like, what? Then he retract and he said, oh, the only bill I got to pay is my cell phone bill. He retract because I was like, when he said it's not like he got no bills to pay because of what I said to him. The boy said, oh, I got to pay my cell phone bill. I was like, you know you're coming to your senses. Ennis Clark, thank you for the 20 stars. Now you're coming to your senses, right? You remember the road your brother and sister went down, right? When they think they got a job. Well, my daughter paid more than just her cell phone bill because she had 2 jobs. She paid the cell phone bill and the cable bill. We had cable internet and home phone because on my work at home I had to have a landline. So she did that, but my oldest son, all he paid was his part of the cell phone bill because I had him under my plan. And once they start working, I told him, hey, you need to put $50 to go towards your plan. I'm giving you a break because you already got a phone under my plan, which is $25 or $30 at that time is iPhone, plus your plan, but just give me $50. I was being lenient. So when Mark said that, and I look at him like, what? He said, oh, Mom, all I got to do is pay myself. And I never made no arrangements with him and no cell phone, but he already know that that's the path him and his brother and sister went down, so he retract real quick. Tessia, thank you for 50 stars. Appreciate you. Margaret Wood said 1 year at church, there was a function for Mother's Day, and the fathers were complaining So I thought next year we will do it for the fathers, and it was a success. Yeah, because you know that that's what will happen to fathers, right? They're going to want to know why are women always celebrated and not the fathers as well when they had a part, when they played a part in bringing this child in the world, right? But mothers do so much more in addition to bringing the children in the world. So much more. They're not only taking care of the house, they're taking care of the children. They're doing it all, right? Well, dads are working. Most dads. Because some dads don't work. They want to stay at home and take care of the children and let that woman go and work while they're home babysitting. Some do that. Really? So now to say, as it was our Independence Day, 64 years. Wow. Sierra Leone. FCC ever hear me? Oh, wow. 64 years old. That's nice. Congratulations. That's wonderful. So yes, mothers are to be appreciated. And if you are somebody that's, you know, maybe you or your mom does not get along, you don't talk, you should at least remember your mom on Mother's Day and every day. Because had not for your mother, you would not be here in this world. You would not be here today. If she had ever decided to go to that clinic and get rid of you or something, you would not have made it. Think about those things. Vonda said, we have a big celebration at Sandals on Mother's Day in BIM. Wow, that sounds like fun. That's going to be awesome. Amazing. Yeah, that's wonderful, darling. I was thinking of something to do, but I don't know. Yeah, with all this nonsense, craziness going on in this world, I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah, but that's wonderful. Maybe I'll sit back. Well, no, I'm not going to sit back because that's going to be my birthday as well. So maybe, I don't know, maybe Mark will take me out for dinner or lunch or something. Who knows? Let's wait and see what happens on that day. But I don't know. Yeah, because we have, what is it? Is it Memorial Day? Memorial Day, I think I've been up on the 27th or 20, is it 26th or 27th? Someday next month in May as well. So it's like I'm going to have a long 3-day weekend and yeah, we'll see what happened. My sister was telling me to come up to New York, but I was like, I don't know about that. Let's see what happens. Only God knows what will happen. But if I don't go anywhere, meaning if I don't leave and travel, at least I'm going to make sure I enjoy my day for sure. So I just got to figure it out as the days go by. But yes, my people, so women are strong. Women go through it all. And you know what? Women are to be celebrated. Mothers are to be celebrated in a whole. Mothers are to be celebrated no matter what. That's the day that any child should, you know, remember their mothers on that day, their grandmothers as well. Because had not for your grandmother, your mother wouldn't have been here. So guess what? Still celebrate grandmama and mother. Unfortunately, both my grandmothers are no longer here. And my mom is gone as well. So they all resting in perfect peace. Margaret Wood said, my grandmother died on Mother's Day. Oh my goodness. Sorry to hear that, darling. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Tell you the honest truth, I don't even know the date that my dad's mother died. All I remember is that when she died, I was living in Tampa. So I don't remember the date of her death. But my mom's mother, she died as well when I was probably like maybe 3 or 4. So I don't remember the date she died. So for you to have that date memory, Margaret, that's good. That's great, because those are memories, you know what I mean? That you will always remember them on those days, whenever that happens. But yes, life goes on, my people, and, you know, all we can do is just pray to God that when we leave this earth, that our kids are okay and that they're taking care of themselves, because it's not easy to have other people take care of your kids. And that was always my prayer and my wish when I became a single mom. I pray to God to allow me to live to see my kids grow up to the age where they could take care of themselves. Because my daughter was 14. My youngest son, he was what? He was 3 years younger than her, I think. I think he was 11 and Mark was only 2. So imagine those young age group, right? And the only person I had in New York was my sister. So I didn't have no more family in this country. So I prayed to God and asked God. And God granted me my wish, right? Two of my kids are way older to take care of themselves. That if anything happened to me, I know that they could take care of Mark. And trust me, if Mark reached to an age, still a young age, because he'll be 16 next month, and I'm no longer here on this earth, guess what? I know that Mark can take care of himself already. I know that without a doubt. Because all you got to do is buy meat, buy whatever. Mark will cook it. He will cook it. And he know how to go to the store and shop. He even surprised me, to be very honest. I'm going to tell you guys. I told Mark a few weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I said, Mark, I got to cut back on food because I'm buying this stuff and it's expensive, so we cutting back. I said, any chips that you normally buy and put on that grocery list when I'm ordering stuff, do not put no junk food on my grocery list. Just stick to food and nothing else. It dawned on me on Saturday that I allowed Mark to order some things from Walmart, right? And he came to ask me which card I want him to use. And I was like, no, don't you buy nothing yet. Let me check that list. Let me see what you got. And I checked the list, guys, and I realized, wow, Mark didn't put no chips on the list. He didn't even put no, some stupid little juice or little snacks, gummy things. He didn't put nothing on the list, guys. I was so shocked. Then I went back to the order before that, which I had never checked. He just came, asked me which card he should use, and I said use this one. And guess what? When I went back to the order and checked, I realized the boy had nothing on there. And I smiled. Why did I smile? Because he remembered what I said, right? Don't put no more junk food on this list. I'm cutting back on buying food, and no. And he did it. And I just smiled. I didn't tell him nothing about it because I didn't want to remind him, you know what I mean? But, yeah, so I know that Mark can take care of himself without a doubt. Grace said, we are not against any man. Hope we get women unite. Unity 100%. And you are right, Grace. No, we're not against no man at all. That's why the other day when we were in here chatting, I think it was Saturday, somebody put something in there about Pinky's house. I said, you know what? At least the man got a roof over his head. Whether he live in a hotel, whether he live in an apartment complex, whether he live in a duplex, guess what? He got a roof over his head, and that's all that matters. Because he's not out in the rain. The children not coming and being out in the rain. We were told that he's a good father. Just go with it, right? At least he's providing a roof over each children's head. So I just leave that one there so alone. That's all that I got to say about that. So if you're living in a hotel, all he got to do is make sure he pays so he can continue living there, okay? Because sometimes people find themselves in situations that they would normally be in. But they're forced into those situations because they ain't got no choice. And maybe that's what happened to him, right? In the past, I was forced into situations that I had no choice to be in either. But I thank God that I had a roof over my head. So it's just life is what you call it. And Peggy Senior said, that's right. He's learning to be self-sufficient. Exactly, Peggy, yes. And these are things that you have to teach your children and instill in them as well. So that way when you are no longer here, at least they already know, okay, my mom tell me, pay my bills. Make sure my bills are paid first. And that's what I did with my children. They got jobs, so they're happy, they're making all this money. I tell my daughter, I always do tell my daughter, until one day I didn't have to tell her no more. I said, Tiffany, don't forget the cell phone bill is due on such and such a date. Don't forget the cable bill is due on Sunday. She said, Mom, can you text me this? I said, no. Go into your calendar, put it on there. This date, so that every month it's going to alert you before the date. I'm not sending you no text. You're going to put it on your calendar. Because when you leave my house, when you're on your own, you got to know when to pay your bills. Make sure you pay your bills on time. So they can't catch up on you, and then you can't pay it. And then you calling me because you got a $500 bill or $600 bill. Because I might not be able to bail you out. I might be having some issues on my own. Yeah, so I'm glad that the two of them, meaning the two oldest children that are gone, they don't have to call me to pay no bill for them. They don't have to call me to say, Mom, we ain't got no food, nothing. So I am very happy for that. I don't tell them, but when I think about it, I smile. Keisha said, that's amazing. He understands Simply Sweet. Yes, he does. He really does. And now that I'm working at home and my work at home is different to what he was used to, because when I used to work at home before for a different company, right? At least I could take off. Okay, I was scheduling my own hours. So if I decide to start at 8 or 10 in the morning when I started doing live, I could say, okay, you know what? Let me schedule myself from 1:30 till about 3. I'm not doing no calls. I'll go back on after. So I would come off and I would cook and I would do all these different things that I want to do. So he saw that for a long time. So with this one now, I let I get 1 hour lunch, and that 1 hour lunch, I'm not going to cook nothing. So you better order. I just allow him to go and put stuff on the grocery list when I'm going to order. Order stuff that you know that when you go home from school, it's going to be easy to cook. When I cook on Monday, I'm cooking Monday when I cook on Sunday, it's for Sunday, Monday. And trust me, if I got some leftover Tuesday, I'm eating it too. You don't want it? No problem. Order stuff that you can make for yourself. And every day that Mark come home from school, every day, if ain't got no leftover food, Mark making something. Mark will never come and say, Mom, you didn't cook again. Mom, I'm hungry. What am I going to eat? No, he does not. He come home and he come and greet me. He see me. If I talking to somebody on the call, and then next thing you know, I hear him washing his hands, because I always told him from before and all this COVID, wash your hands when you come here. So Mark, next thing Mark gonna do is, you're gonna hear something cooking. I don't know what it is. It smells good. He might come, or he might text me and say, Mom, I'm making this. Do you want this? I look at my text. No, Mark, I already ate lunch. Or I would tell you, yes, Mark, make it, but wrap it in foil paper so we'll eat it afterward. Yep. And that's how it goes. So trust me. Our boy is very independent. Our boy could make plenty stuff. Yes. Yes, as Marlene, absolutely. I've come to that realization. You know what I mean? And I should have come to that realization a long time ago. Of course, you have to speak fairly, because it don't make no sense sitting back and laughing at this person's situation. No, because you never know where you might find yourself one day in this life. You never know. You never know. Life is not promised. Things are not promised in this life. You never know. And when you go through certain situations in life, then you realize that, you know what? This could happen to anybody. Just like how it happened to you. It could happen to any other person out there as well. Sean said, hi, Simply Sweet Peach. Mark sounds like a good kid. He is. I get the feeling that you guys are bestie. He's too much like me. I was the last born of my mother's children, and I think I gave them more headache than my other siblings. And Mark is just like that, okay? Not that he's giving me a lot of headaches, but things that Mark might say to me, none of my other 2 children one dare tell me. One time, when Mark was probably like 8 or 9, somewhere around there, I was trying to do something on the internet. That's when we were living in Florida. That boy had the nerve to come and tell me, Mom, let me do this for you because you don't know nothing about the internet. I just look at him like, and I shake my head, because none of my other children would even had the nerve to tell me that. Not that they were afraid of me, but this one is just like me. He's the last born, and he's just too much. But he's a lot like me, put it that way. Grace and my children, they never ask about their food. When there's food, they take it. Otherwise, they make themselves some food. Okay then, and that's what this one does do. This boy even wake up sometimes, Mom, can you wake me up early? For what? No, Mark. Because I want to make breakfast. Okay, Mark, no problem. Because I do not make breakfast. I'm going to tell you right now. No problem, Mark. He going to wake up, he going to make breakfast. He going to say, Mom, I'm making bacon, I'm making scrambled egg. Do you want any? And I think I'm going to make a pancake too. And if I don't want no pancake, I will tell you, Mark, I do not want no pancake. But what I want you to do is, when you're done make the breakfast, clean up after yourself. That's all I keep instilling. I said to be a good cook and to make sure you keep things in order. When you finish cooking, Mark, you got to clean. I don't want to come out here and see no spices on the counter, no salt here, no pancakes. Sorry, put the stuff back up. That's my strict rule to him. So yes, that boy is just too much, but he's a good kid. Yes, he is. And if he go into the dollar store, guess what? Before he leave, because we have a dollar store that he can walk to, I was saying, Mark, buy well, you know these wipes that I can wipe my hands. Sometimes I eat tangerines and stuff while I'm working and my hands get sticky. Buy them. He said, Mom, can you just text me everything you want? Because I'm not going to remember everything that you want. No, I know you want this drink. You want, and I just start laughing. And I would just text him. But he really is. And that's why the other day I told him, Mark, start looking for this guitar that you want. Because you want this guitar. I said, let me tell you again. If you know you're not going to play this guitar, do not buy it. Because if you bring it and you think I'm not buying nothing more for you, when you get a job, you're going to have to buy your stuff. Then he said, so what are you saying, Mom, that I shouldn't buy the guitar? I said, I never said that, Mark. Don't put words in my mouth. I said, if you're not going to play it, because now I know that he probably thinking twice about it. I said, if you're not going to play it, do not buy it. Because I will know if you play it or not. Don't make me waste money. Buy something else. Get something else for your birthday. Then the next day he come back again. Mom, so what did you say that I should get for my birthday again? I know that he's taking to heart what I'm telling him about if he's not going to play that guitar, don't get it. Don't go waste the time. Make me waste money to buy no guitar. He came back and asked me the same thing last night, the third time. So I know he's undecided. I said, Mark, if you're not sure what you want for your birthday, listen to me, okay? I told you already you need a new iPhone. Your iPhone's an iPhone 12, but sometimes you call me, I can't hear you well. Something going on with it. I said, Mark, think about it. If you just want money, you take the money and then you figure out what you want to do. But don't go and buy a guitar and then you leave it in that room and it's not being played because I can know if you're playing it or not. Okay, Mom. All right, Mom. So, yeah, that's how I just get Mark, right? Because I'm already telling him ahead of time and he taking it to heart. But, guys, I really enjoyed this morning session. More times like this, I got to get to work. And know that no matter what in this life, guys, no, parenting did not come with a handbook for nobody. Nobody. You're watching a person that said that they didn't want no kids, right? So you think that I had it all together. We don't have it all together. It did not come with a handbook, but we learn along the way and as we go by. And we also learn that you need to have independent children in this world. In this world that we're living in, if your children are not independent, then you're going to be forever worrying about what will happen to that child if you're not around. How are these children going to maintain on their own if you don't allow them to become independent and learn the value of working, how to pay bills, how to shop for groceries, how to do this. Sometimes I don't even have to make no grocery list for myself. I tell Mark, can you make the grocery list, please? So that when I finish working, I can just scan through it really quickly before we order. And trust me, Mark will go and make a grocery list. And I say, how much stuff that you going to make a month? Mom, it's like $190. I said, what the hell did you order? But when I go and I start scanning through it, guess what? I realized that the boy ain't ordered nothing out the way. He just ordered the regular things that we normally order. So that much I know for sure that he can do without me. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.